How long have you been involved with Cirque de la Symphonie, and what does the executive director and producer's role entail?
Well, the program has been going on for about 6 years as an organized entity. As executive director and producer, I wear a lot of hats, in that I do a lot of program planning. The repertoire that is submitted to the orchestra comes from me, and I work with a collaborative effort with the music directors of the symphony. And I also select the Cirque artists that are going to be in the program. I even come along and usually do a little bit of lighting and take care of other elements that are part of the program.
So for this particular show coming up in Fort Wayne, did you select the music, or did you collaborate with the Philharmonic?
Well, I collaborated, but I did select most of the music. Sometimes, the music that might be submitted initially, there might be a piece that they just played, or planning to play 2 or 3 weeks before or after the concert, or maybe there's an issue with instrumentation. In this particular situation, pretty much everything that we submitted was accepted, but we also usually give some options, in case the orchestra might have some priorities. We're really proud of the program that's been assembled for Fort Wayne. We think there's a lot of great masterpieces, some very familiar, but nonetheless, very enjoyable pieces, such as aerial duo performing to Tchaikovsky's Waltz from Swan Lake. A lot of people associate this with a ballet, but I think when the audience sees this ballet in the air, they'll probably never think of this music in the same way again. The majestic Bach toccata and fugue in D minor is just an incredibly strong piece of music as a backdrop for Eric and Derek, our strong men, guys in gold, who one will literally be standing on top of the other one's head. But it's not all just heavy classical music. There's some real lighthearted music. For example, I put in this beautiful Brazilian piece, Tico Tico na Fuga, which goes with a quick change act, which is new to Fort Wayne, and several other lively pieces. The concert offers the orchestra itself many opportunities to shine, such as in Rimsky-Korsakov's Capriccio Español. There's several solos in there, and the audience get a chance to appreciate their favorite musicians shining from time to time in that piece.
How do you select what criteria do you use when you're selecting them for the show?
Well, this is really the fun part. If I have anything really to contribute in the program, I guess you could say I'm wired musically, and having really studied all the movements of these Cirque artists for quite some time, I have an idea of the tempo that would be unique to their act, that would be most likely paired with it. And for example, a lot of people would think it's crazy to have a piece of music such as Saint-Saëns' Dance Macabre paired with a Cirque artist, the Dance of Death or something. But when you see Christine Van Loo doing this amazing aerial rollback, it almost seems like it was meant to go with her act. A playful tune such as Leskinka from Khachaturian's Guyana, Alexander Streltsov, his movement on stage just seems perfectly formatted with his spinning frame and cube. So I really have their movements, their tempo, the kinds of performances that they'll be doing on stage in mind, and I listen to a lot of music. I have to tell you, James, the selection of music is really the element that fuses these two art forms together. It's what makes Cirque and Symphony go together, and you know it, you know. This is the only program in the world that works exclusively with symphony orchestras. And so that just makes it all more important to make sure that the program flow fits what we're trying to accomplish out on the stage. And we know that people come to see the symphony already with a sophisticated idea of what their expectations might be, what they want to hear. And so we have a great responsibility to put together a program which is going to be a real not a sensory overload, but something that excites them and gives them a sense of fulfillment when they leave.
Now that the show is up and running, is there a particular part that's your favorite to watch?
As the producer and executive director, there are some parts where I let out a deep breath after they've gone by. You know, something where there's still an element of chance. You know, we don't really take any undue risk in the show or anything, but there is a lot going on in stage. I mean, there's when Alicia Gavaret is performing to Capriccio Espanol in the first half, she's on an aerial hoop, and she literally is flying out over the audience, hanging by her feet, suspended, with nothing else to attach her to a hoop. So there's absolutely no room for error, and we've never had any close calls or instances, and knock on wood, but that's why we only have real consummate professionals working in our program. This is not a place to cut your teeth, so to speak, as a Cirque artist.
My final question is, what's been the most satisfying part of being involved with Cirque du Soleil Symphony?
That really is in itself a satisfying question that you would ask, and that, you know, in this day and time, orchestras have experienced an unusual predicament in the economic world, whether they've seen their endowments decrease significantly because of economic pressures. And, of course, ticket sales are all more important in that a lot of people don't realize that orchestras only finance about 40% of the cost of a concert just through ticket sales. So it's even more vital to have a program that really does sell well. And what's really interesting is that Cirque du Soleil Symphony seems to attract new patrons to the music hall, many of whom have never seen a live orchestra before. And we're very, very glad to be part of sort of a resurgence and interest to the symphony orchestra experience, but not only seeing grandmothers bring in the young children, but many young adults come in. You'll see people of all ages. For people in their late 20s and early 30s, it's a chic event to attend, you know. And what's really satisfying is with all the dozens of things that are competing for people's attention in the entertainment world today, Cirque du Soleil Symphony seems to be a top draw all across North America, with audiences from everywhere from Shreveport, Louisiana to New York City. So we're really happy to be part of sort of a renewed interest in the symphony world and the programming aspects of artistic directors who are looking for a new way to reinvent the Pops series. But also, you know, when you hear people walk out at the end of the program and say, you know what, wow, I really love the Cirque artist, but the symphony really sounded good too, and I'd love to have a CD of what I heard tonight, you know, then, you know, you've really helped present a balanced program, and it's the kind of thing that's going to stick around. It's sort of like 1 + 1 = 3. The sum is greater than the parts, and it's the kind of thing that provides a three-dimensional effect, this visual element which enhances a great concert experience.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me.
Well, we're really looking forward to a return to Fort Wayne. We had a wonderful time there in the past, and it's such a beautiful theater. The people people of Fort Wayne are so gracious, and we really think we put together a program this time that's going to take it to even a step above what they've seen in the past.
Oh, great. Well, I look forward to seeing the show.
Thank you, Jane.